Hello there, and welcome to my channel Novice Modelling in the Midlife Crisis. My name is Andy, and today it's Italeri on Tuesday, where I'm going to be reviewing another one of my Italeri kits. Today I've picked out the Junkers Ju88 A4, kit number 1018 in the 1/72nd scale. We're going to have a brief look at the history of this kit. We're going to have a look at the parts and the instructions, etc. So we'll start off with the history. So this is Italeri kit number 1018. It's derived from original new tooling in 1991. Had new parts and a new box under a different kit number in 1993, 1994, new parts and a new box, 1996, new parts and a new box, 2003 it had a new box, 2011 new parts and a new box, 2012 it had a new box, 2017 this one came out, which was parts and box, and 2019 it had new decals and a new box. The company Bilek also borrowed this kit in the 1990s and produced their own kit from it, as did Tamiya in 2007. So if you've got a Tamiya Junkers Ju88 knocking around, it's actually in a Italeri tooling. So this is actually what's in the box 261, so we've actually got 261, 135 and 172 what's in the box kit reviews on channel. There will be a link to the 172 section around about here at the end of the video if you want to go and have a look at a few of those, covering a whole load of different interesting aircraft that we have in our kit cupboard. So let's have a quick look at these parts, and I think these are pretty nice, to be honest with you. We're looking at the one section of the fuselage here, and as we can see we've got a whole load of rivet marks on this. Now I'm not too sure whether the scale, how accurate it is, but they feel nice. You can hear them there, and they look pretty good as well. We also got a whole load of panel lines all over the place, so you can see we've got a fixed rudder in position, mounting point. We've got all these rivets going all the way down the length of the aircraft. There's our mounting point for our wings. So that's that section. I discovered that these are actually air brakes or diving brakes. They go underneath the wings. Got some bomb mounting points here with little arms, more of them there, and a whole load of machine guns and cannons with this kit. It literally looks like a hedgehog. Here we have our cockpit instrument display panel for painting up. There were no decals with this. We have our tail wheel, which has got quite a lot of nice looking detail on it. What we got here, we've got a couple of little doors for our undercarriage to pop in and out of our engine nacelles. Here we have the rear part of the nacelles. Got some access points here to the engine as well. Some quite nicely detailed undercarriage arms. Got a little ladder here, as you can have the under section of this open with the crew access point and ladder coming out, with some more bomb mounting points. A couple of bombs here. These are going to be the front sections of the nacelles, and again you've got this nice riveting on there. A bunch of unidentified parts, more parts of the undercarriage, the other set of engine nacelles. We've got our other side of our fuselage with, not too sure what these things are here, whether they're some sort of radio and aerial antenna or something. Answers on a postcard, please. We've got a couple of seats here, pilot and navigator, radio operator, I suppose. As you can see, we've got the lap belts in place, or the harnesses in place. Moving on to our next sprue. This mainly deals with our wings, and again, tail. We've got all these rivets, nice panel lines on it again. There's the other section. This is going to be the undersurface of the wing. As you can see, we've got all our ailerons in place. Loads of panel lines and loads of these rivets going right the way across the length of the wing. As you can see, we've got the mounting points here for our bomb mechanisms. Same on the other side. Top section of the wing here. Again, we've got a load of access points and rivets. Got a little gap here for a wing mounted light. These are going to be the internal sections for the cells for mounting our engine or undercarriage on even. Got some nicely detailed wheels which are weighted, so they're slightly deflated to show the weight of the aircraft when it's in the on the tarmac position. There's our engines. You can actually get two different options on engine mountings for this. Got a big gap here. Not too sure what that's all about, but there's two of them. Kind of interesting. You get two of these sprues. This one contains an alternate set of engines. Too sure what they are. And a propeller and a spinner and its mounting. Two of them. You get one of these sections, which is the floor of the undercarriage, sorry, the floor of the cockpit. Get another seat. They're going to be the pedals. It's a control panel for the rear. That's a side panel with a load of mechanical gubbins on it to go inside the cockpit. Here we have a weapons section, two of these sprues included, so we got another bomb, whole load more weapons. Obviously this is all for slightly different versions. You don't put all of these on, including the ones on the other sprue. We've got a clear glaze section here. I've got a couple of loose pieces. So that's the bottom section. We've got a gunner's position here. This part goes on top of the cockpit there, and that's going to be our nose. Now price wise, this goes for, I bought this one second hand, all parts in the bags. I think I paid about 17 quid for it. Bought it with a bunch of other stuff. Generally the variety of Junkers Ju-88s by Italeri go for around about sort of 20 to 28 pounds with the postage on eBay. It is actually, I think, discontinued at the moment. They're not actually producing these anymore, or at the moment. We have the decal sheet here. As you can see, we've got a load of German crosses, got a whole load of walkway lines from the wings, etc. Got the unit markings here and a white band. Not too sure why that goes. Doesn't really seem to be on the cover art. Some broken unit badges as well. So there's that bit. So let's just read this out. This is the Junkers Ju-88 must be considered the most important German airplane of World War II. Next to the Bf-109 and the FW-190, this twin-engine plane was originally designed as a fast bomber. The project was a complete success, and thus the aircraft was also used as a valuable night fighter, a specialised attack aircraft, a torpedo bomber, or as a reconnaissance aircraft, and finally, during the final phase of World War II, it became known as the Flying Bomb. Just hold that thought for a second. The A-4 was the most widely used variant of the Luftwaffe and participated in all theatres during the war, from the Battle of Britain to the desperate defence of the German skies. And let's just roll back to this bit that says Flying Bomb. That is the Ju-88 A-4 with Bf-109 Mistel 1 Flying Bomb, which has basically had its cockpit removed, and this is just a gigantic, massive bomb. So the fighter controls the aircraft, detaches, and then it plummets somewhere onto the Russians, I would have thought, and cause a rather large explosion. So we do a review over this one in a couple of weeks, I should think. So that's kind of interesting. Now I'll have a quick nose at the instructions, and as you can see, we get a sprue diagram detailing all the sprues that we should actually get, and in grey the parts that we don't actually require to use. There are actually two versions included in this, the A and I think it's the D with the dive brakes. So here's our first construction part, where we're going to build our cockpit seating area up. And there's our instructions on what exactly we're supposed to do and how to do it. Got a few extra parts to put in here. As you can see, we're putting another set of instruments and another seat there with our instrument panel here, and then we're going to put our two sections of our fuselage together. We have the glaze sections going on here with a couple of different options that we have, and we're going to put our wings together and our tail section together, but it all goes together quite easily by the look of it, and we've almost got an aircraft. Section 4, we're looking at the undercarriage and the engines and propellers going together. And then on the other side, putting little doors on for our undercarriage. Section 5, we're nearly finished. We're putting our bombs, our dive brakes if we're doing the D version. Got some decals to go on these bomb mounts apparently. These are all the bomb mounts going on to these lined sections on the wings. And then we have a alternate option here where we can put in a little door hatch which opens, and this is where our little ladder goes in. We've got a whole load of numbered sections for putting our various decals onto the wings. Yeah, that looks pretty complicated. And we have a black and white shame painting schedule here with this sort of crackle design. Looks like it's got yellow wing tips underneath. Let's just have a look. Doesn't say yellow anywhere. Schwartz grunt, hell brown, flat white, sand galb and flat black. Don't know. So it's got a crackle design which looks pretty cool. As you can see, it's done in a green and a tan with this sort of crackle design done in what looks like white or pale grey. I can't quite tell. But since it's got white there, we're going to have to assume that it's white, flat white. So there we go, all done and dusted. So please do check out some of our other 172 and 135 kit reviews. Should be around about here at the end of the video, and you can go and have a look at some of those. And that's about all I've got to say. So thanks very much for watching. Please do like and subscribe, and as always, be seeing you.